Hello and welcome back to LK Tuition. My name's Lucas and today we're going to be looking at simultaneous equations. Hope you're good and let's get started. Okay, so what are simultaneous equations? Well, two equations are said to be simultaneous if they are happening at the same time. So if you saw, for instance, two equations and you saw their graphs, they will be simultaneous when the graphs cross. So that point where they're both happening at the same time. This means that for the two equations below to be simultaneous, there must be a pair of x and y that work for both equations. So here we've got 5x plus 3y is 19, and we've got 7x plus 2y is 20. So there's got to be an x and y that work for both of those, and it turns out that it's x plus 2 and x is 2 and y is 3. So if we just double check that, so with the first one we've got 5x plus 3y. Well, 5 times 2 is 10, 3 times 3 is 9, 10 plus 9 is 19. So it works for the first equation. And for the second one, 7 times 2 is 14, and 2 times 3 is 6, and 14 plus 6 is 20. So it works. So what we're going to do is we're just going to go through loads of examples of how to solve simultaneous equations, starting off really easy and then getting a bit more difficult as we go. And we're going to be using the elimination method throughout the video. Okay, so a couple of examples. So obviously I've not told you how to do them, but if you already know a little bit, feel free to have a go already. Otherwise, we shall do them together. So we want to solve the simultaneous equations below. So the first one, we've got 6x plus y is 18. We'll call that equation 1. And 4x plus y is 14. We'll call that equation 2. Now what we want to do is we always want to take away one from the other or add one to the other so that we get either the y's disappearing or the x's disappearing. Now with this, this is quite a simple question because the y's already match. There's already the same amount of y's in the first equation and in the second equation. So all we have to do to eliminate it is just do equation 1 take away equation 2. So let's just do that step by step. So if we do the x's first, 6x take away 4x is 2x. Y take away y, well that's the whole reason we've done it, that's 0, that cancels out. And 18 take away 14 is 4. So we're left with 2x is 4. We just divide by 2 from the left and the right. So x is 2. Now we want to find out y, so we just want to stick 2 into any of these equations. So let's put this into equation, why not 2? Let's put it into equation 2. And we're going to end up with 4 lots of 2 plus y is 14. 4 times 2 is 8, so 8 plus y is 14. And then take away the 8 from both sides, you're going to get that y is 6. Okay, so those are our two answers. X is 2 and y is 6. Let's do another one. We've got 9x minus 4y is 19 and 4x plus 4y is 20. So again, let's just number these. We'll call this 1 and we'll call this 2. Now this time the y's match. There's 4 on each, but one is minus and one is plus. So instead of taking away, we'll actually add them together and that will cancel out. So let's do 1 plus 2. So we're going to get 9x plus 4x, which is 13x. The y's are going to disappear, and we're going to end up with 19 plus 20, which is 39. Divide by 13, and you're going to get that x is 3. Oops. Then we want to put that into one of our equations. Let's put it into 2 again, because that's got fewer x's. So this is going to be 4 times 3 plus 4y is 20. So 12 plus 4y is 20. Take away the 12, 4y is 8. And so y divided by 4 is 2. Okay, so those are all pretty simple where the letters matched up already and we just either took them away or added them. Okay, so let's look at something a bit more complicated. So number 3 then, we've got 4x plus 2y is 34 and 3x plus y is 21. So again, we'll just label these as 1 and 2. Now these don't match, but we want them to match, and we can make them match by timesing number 2 by 2, so we end up with 2y. Or the other option is, because all these numbers are even, aren't they, we could divide 1 by 2. So let's do that actually. So from number 1, we're going to divide it by 2. Now this is the number 2, not equation 2. So here we're going to be given, dividing it by 2, we get 2x plus y equals 17. And let's call that our new equation 3. Okay, and then we want to do 1 take away the other. So we could do 3 take away 2, but that's going to give us a minus x, isn't it? Because we're going to have 2x minus 3x. So let's do 2 take away 3. So 2 minus 3. So that is going to be 3x take away 2x, which is just x. The y's disappear, and then 21 take away 17 is 4. So x is 4. And then let's put this into 3. That seems to be the most simple one. So 2 lots of 4 are 8. So 8 plus y is 17. Take away the 8. We're going to get that y is 9. Alright, next one. We've got 15x minus 4y is 82. And 5x minus 9y is 12. So again, I just find that numbering these equations just helps keep track of what's going on. Now we want something to match, and I'm noticing that 5 goes into 15 3 times. So let's times equation 2 by 3. So that will give us 15x, 9 times 3 is 27, and 12 times 3 is 36. So that's our equation 3. Now let's do 1 take away the other. Let's do 1 take away 3. That should end up nice. So 1 take away 3. So the x's disappear. Then we get minus 4y minus 27y. So that's plus 27y, and that's going to give me 23y. And then we've got 82 minus 36. And 82 minus 36 is 46. Divide by 23 and you get that y is 2. Great, then we want to shove that in for x, so let's put it into 2, equation 2. So 5x minus, well 9 times 2 is 18, and that equals 12. Add the 18, we're going to get 5x is 30. Divide by 5, you're going to get that x is 6. Okay, so we're doing all right so far. Now let's have a look at something else. So these are even a bit more complicated because you don't have to just times one of the equations, you have to times both to make them match. So number 5 says solve the simultaneous equations below. So we've got 2x plus 2y is 14 and 5x minus 3y is 19. Now you can decide, do we want to make the x's match or the y's match? So for this one, let's make the y's match. Why not? So we've got 2 and 3, so we want to find a common factor, a common multiple, sorry. And to make it easy, let's find the lowest common multiple. And so the lowest common multiple of 2 and 3 is 6. So let's make the y's up to 6. So we've got 1 and 2 here. Let's keep numbering them. And what we'll do is we'll do 1, we'll times this by 3 to give us 6. So this will give us 6x plus 6y equals 14 times 3 is 42, and that'll be our number 3. And then for this one, we want to times this by 2. So we'll end up with 10x minus 6y is 19 times 2 is 38, and that's number 4. So then, because we've got a plus and a minus, we'll add them up to get 0. Yeah, so these match, but they are opposites. So we'll add them to get 0. So 3 plus 4. So we're adding these up. And that will give us, so 6x plus 10x is 16x. And 42 plus 38 is 80. Divide by 16 and you're going to get that x is 5. Then we shove this into something else. Let's just put this into number 1. And so 2 lots of 5 are 10. So 10 plus 2y is 14. Take away the 10, you get 2y is 4. So y divided by 2, you end up with 2. Okay. All right, next one. So now we've got 7x minus 15y is 2.5 and 3x minus 2y is 5.5. So why don't we make the x's match? Excuse me, this time. So we've got that the least common multiple of 7 and 3 is 20. Oops, put 27 there, but I mean 21 is 21. So again, just keeping track of these equations. So 7 we want to times by 3 to get to 21. So this is going to be 21x. 15 times 3 is 45y, and 2.5 times 3 is 7.5. So that'll be our equation 3. And then 3x minus 2y is 5.5. We want to times by 7. So we're going to get 21x minus 14y equals, and then 5 times 7 is 35.5, so that should be 38.5. And that is number 4. So now we want to take one away from the other. So let's do 4. I'm going to use a different colour just because it's getting a bit messy. So let's do 4 take away 3. So that's going to leave me with, so the x's are going to disappear. Minus 14 minus 45 is going to leave me with 31y equals, hoping this turns out nice, 38.5 minus 7.5, lovely, is 31, great. So that means that y is 1. Okay, lovely. And then we want to put that into something. Let's put it into 2. So 3x minus 2 times 1 is 2 is 5.5. Add the 2, so 3x is 7.5. Divide by 3, x is 2.5. Okay, there we go. All right, and then just another one before we look at some worded examples. Now this time we need to rearrange them a bit so they're not looking like what we've been used to. We want the x's and the y's on the left. We want the numbers on their own on the right. So we might just want to rearrange these a little bit. So again, let's just label them 1 and 2. Now, number 2 looks good to me. X plus 3y is 12, but number 1 isn't so good. So I want the y on the left and I want the minus 4 on the right. So this is going to become x. Well, I take away the y from the right, so it's going to be x minus y. And because it's minus 4, we add 4 to the right. So x minus y is 4, and that'll be our number 3. So that's more like what we're used to. Okay, so now we've got x and x, so we can just do 3 take away 2. So let's do that. So 3 take away 2 is going to give us, so the x's disappear, minus y minus 3y is going to give me minus 4y. And 4 minus 12 is going to give me minus 8. Divide both sides by minus 4, we're going to get that y is 2. Then we want to pop that into another equation. Let's pop it into 1. Yeah, why not? Let's see what happens. So x minus 4 is y, which is 2. Then just add the 4, so x is 6. Great. Okay, and then we want to solve the simultaneous equations below. So again, let's fix them a bit. So the first, let's number them again. So we've got 1, we've got 2. So let's just turn these around. So this is going to be 2x, plus y, and I want the 18 on the right. So let's add 18 to both sides and let that be 3. And then 2, we want to take away the 7x. So let's go minus 7x plus 3y is 80. And let that be number 4. Okay, now we want the x's or the y's to match. And if I times the third equation by 3, I'm going to get 3y. So let's grab a different colour just to keep track of everything. So times 3. We're going to get 6x plus 3y is 18, and we'll call that equation 5. Okay, so now let's do 5 take away 4. So 5 take away 4. So 6x minus 7x is going to be plus 13x. The y's are going to disappear, and then it's going to be 18 minus 80, which is going to give me minus 18 minus 80 is going to be minus 62. Oh, but what have I not? Yeah, sorry. For some reason I didn't times this 18 by 3. So that's 54, sorry. So let's just go back to what we were doing. So 54 minus 80 is minus 26. So 13x is minus 26. So divide by 13, x must be minus 2. Then we shove this into something else. Let's pop that into number 1. So 2 times minus 2 is minus 4. So minus 4 plus y minus 18 is 0. Minus 4 minus 18 is minus 22. So for that to be 0, y must be 22. 5 adult tickets and 3 child tickets for Minions cost £22. 2 adult tickets and 4 child tickets for Minions cost £20. What is the cost of each type of ticket? Okay, well the first thing we want to do is put this into some simultaneous equations. So the first one says 5 adults and 3 children. So 5a for adults plus 3 child tickets, C for child, is 22. And then we've got the 2 adult tickets, so 2 adults plus 4 children is 20. What is the cost of each type of ticket? All right, so let's call this 1 and let's call this 2 again. And we want to make them match, so why not make the A's match? So the least common multiple of 2 and 5 is 10. So for number 1, we want to times it by 2 to get to 10. So this is going to give us 10a plus 6c is 44. And the second one, we want to times by 5 to get 10. So that's going to give us 10a plus 20c equals 100. And we'll call this 3, and we'll call that one 4. Okay, now let's do 4 take away 3. So the a's are going to disappear. Then we get 20 minus 6, which is 14c. And 100 minus 44 is 56. And then divide by 14, you're going to get that C is 4. So a child's ticket is £4. Then we stick it into equation number 1. So 5a plus 3 times 4 is 12, which is 22. Take away the 12, you're going to get 5a is 10. And divide by 5, you're going to get a is 2. So an adult ticket costs half of a child's ticket. I don't know what crazy cinema this is. Normally the adults pay more, but then I suppose if you're forcing an adult to watch Minions, they should get a half price ticket. So there we go. All right, let's do one final question. So we've got a lovely plumber here. A plumber charges a price for each hour, H, and a fixed charge, C. A 5-hour job costs 155 in total, and an 8-hour job costs 230 in total. How much would a 2-hour job cost? Okay, well again we want to draw out our simultaneous equations. So 5 hours, so it's going to be 5h plus the fixed cost, which we'll call C, and that is 155. And an 8-hour job plus the cost is 230. We'll call that 1 and we'll call that 2. Now already we've got the C's matching, so let's just do 2 take away 1. The C's will disappear. We're going to get 8h minus 5h, which is 3h. And 230 take away 155 is 75. Excuse me. And then we divide by 3 and you're going to get h is 25. Okay, now we want to find out what C is. So let's pop this h into equation 1. So 5 times 25 is 125 plus c is 155. Take away 125 and we get that c is 30. So that's h and c, but that's not what the question's asking us. The question is asking how much would a 2-hour job cost? Well, let's grab a different colour. That's just going to be 2 lots of h, which is 25. Plus the C, which is 30. So 2 times 25 is 50, and 50 plus 30 is £80. And that's our answer. Okay, so I hope you found that useful. This has been LK Tuition. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you soon for some more maths videos.